So this is the tutorial to change the water pump and seat belts. You see, it's important to get a video after you change to remember the position. They have two. This is another 1, 2, 3. They have two belts. Este tipo de carro tiene dos bandas y vamos a empezar a desarmar, y necesitamos también de la computadora para poder guiarnos paso a paso. Primer paso, necesitamos un dado 16 milímetros y una extensión para mover lo que es la polea. ¿Sí? De esa manera pueden sacar lo que es la banda. De esta manera la dejan y hay que quitar 1, 2, 3, 4 tornillos, y aquí es donde viene la pompa y aquí está el termostato, y quitar también el sensor, es el calentamiento.
Most of the time now, this pulley is not going to want to come off. Actually, as you can see, I'm yanking on it, it's not going to come off. So there's also a trick to get this pulley off. I'm going to take a hammer and use caution because you can chip the edges of this here, but I'm going to not use the working side, I'm just going to use the side of the hammer. I'm going to just tap around this pulley until it comes free. Look at that.
So, quedó fuera.
That just relieved any kind of rust buildup that was attached, which was holding these two pieces together.
Tenemos que hacer un trabajo limpio, no dañar el radiador.
Spin, tap and spin. You can put a little bit of anti-seize on there when you go back together. So now we can get a good look at the water pump. It does look like I have a little bit of rust build up on the nuts here that are holding these studs in place. So you could check the shaft here, give it a spin. If this is loose at all, you're going to want to replace the water pump. And then under here is where the weep hole would be, where you would be leaking coolant. I'm going to spray a little bit.
Ok, el segundo paso, ya que tenemos esto afuera, hay que checar lo que está dentro, donde viene el agua, si todo está intacto. Ahora ahí está liqueando algo también. Aquí tenemos la pompa afuera. Se dan cuenta, aquí se ve, está ahí, está liqueando, ya está muy vieja. Les recomiendo no comprar de plástico esta parte, porque luego cuando se calienta se rompen. Es mejor de metal. La pompa nueva, se ve la diferencia.
That's gonna be a little explosion. So I'm gonna pop that off. Now if I grab and tug or use a pry bar, I'm really close to the radiator here. I don't want to damage my radiator. So if I slip and pull too hard, I'm gonna go right through these fins and then I'll be replacing the radiator. So there's a neat trick here. There's a little threaded hole right here, and there's another threaded hole right here. Let me show you on the new water pump that I have. So right here you have a threaded hole, and right here on this side you have a threaded hole. It's actually why I have these four. I keep them here to replace water pumps when I have to. Now these are, let's see, right here. These came off the pulley. The thread pitch of these are the same, so if you need to find them, bring one of these with you and match up the thread pitch. You want them to be longer than the ones for the pulley. Let me give you an idea. So probably about twice as long. If you use these, I don't think they'll reach. So you do want something that's twice as long, and a lot of times these threads are going to get damaged. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Eventually this is going to be so loose, and I think it just popped right there, that I can just gently slide it out. I'm going to just let that drain for a second into my catch bucket.
Bueno, ahora que quitamos la pompa de agua, vamos a tratar de quitar las mangueras. ¿Sí? Esta manguera está conectada al termostato. Aquí hay un clip. Este clip entra hacia adentro, lo tienen que jalar hacia afuera. Igual de acá, un ejemplo. Dentro, fuera, dentro, fuera. Pueden usar un desarmador para jalarlo, o si no, usan un picadientes y lo jalan. Ahora hay que mover las mangueras con cuidado afuera, como muestra el video aquí. Por eso es importante tener internet.
Where I'm set up, I'm using leverage right here on the bolt for the Vanos line for the oil, where I can apply just a little bit of pressure, and then you would wiggle it back and forth, keep working it free until you can finally get into this little groove here, give it a little wiggle. Once you get to this point, it comes off pretty easy.
Now,
from the block, there's going to be some trap coolant. Probably won't be too much because you did get that lower hose out of the way.
Lleva uno aquí, dos abajo.
And we're pretty close to popping this off.
Para que lo vean mejor, tienen ahí los dos tornillos. Quitarlos. Ya que lo quitemos, pasamos al video.
Alright. Now, just give this a wiggle, should pop right off.
Y lo que vamos a hacer es aquí. Quitamos los tres tornillos.
So now you can take a look. Sometimes I've seen the spring here broken, so you can have this fail two different ways. It can be stuck open or stuck closed. Stuck open, typically you're driving your vehicle and you're driving at highway speed, you're going to see your temperature gauge